everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Dadcast. We are in studio, which is very exciting for me. Of course, we are joined, as always, by the man, the myth, the legend, the co-host, who is now 80 pounds lighter than he was the last time we were here, give or take, Mr. Nick Martin.
What's up? Yes, 80 pounds, dude.
And I'm 25 lighter.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy. All right. And we're in studio with two very special guests. One is now one of the few in our group that is now making his second appearance on Dadcast, Mr. Latin lover, Frankie Hernandez himself.
I mean, aye.
How are you, sir?
I'm great.
Nice.
Glad to be back.
And we're glad to have you, man. Good to see you, as always. And with us is an amazing musician, father. I'm assuming he's a father. He wouldn't be here otherwise. Well, we'll get into that in a minute. Christian rocker. Is that correct?
I guess so. I struggle with the term, but sure, if you need a label, I'm good with it.
How about just kick-ass artist musician?
Hey, I'll take that.
All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Jordan Saints here. How are
Love
you?
it. Man, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for coming on Dadcast.
My
man.
pleasure.
Thanks for braving the dangerous world and the air we breathe in.
That's right.
Doing a little in-studio thing, just so you know. And if we want to go over that later, we can. But myself and Nick are both vaccinated.
I love it. I signed the liability waiver before I came in, so if I walk out with COVID, it's on me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
in you.
That's fair. It's in you.
Exactly. Jordan, are you a father?
I've got 4 kids, so I think
4 kids.
I think that makes me a father.
You know, and getting a better glimpse and look at you right up close here.
Yeah.
We could literally be brothers from another mother.
Hey, yeah, dude.
Are you seeing the complexion? Are you seeing the hairs?
Pasty,
I mean,
freckles.
you put those arms together right there, and you would not be able to tell the difference.
I'm
gonna
afraid
get
to
a
see
few
what happened if we took you
tattoos.
guys out in the sun.
That's right.
Oh, we burst into flames. At least I do. Tell us about your kids, man. How old are they? Names, ages, all that good stuff.
Absolutely, man. I've got 4. So our boys, Aiden and Liam, are 11 and 9.
Aiden and Liam.
Yeah.
Great names.
Our girls, Willa and Emery, are 6 and 2.
Emery.
Yeah.
6 and 2. That's a great name.
Yeah.
Okay, so
My daughter's name is Avery. So we're.
oh yeah, you're in the ballpark.
Yeah.
We had a name. Like the meanings behind the names mean a lot to me and my wife. And we had a name picked out, and we really liked the name, and we found out it kind of means like, you know, Lady of the Night. You know, kind of like a connotation. I'm like,
Okay.
that's not a good dad move.
Right.
Let's cut that out. And so we really like the name, but we couldn't do it. And so we kind of didn't have one for the girl. We had one for the if it was a boy, because we didn't find out.
Right.
And so my wife is in the kitchen. I'm sitting at the table, and in walks Liam. Liam's 8. No, he would have been 6 at this time. And he's, you know, just doing his thing. My wife asked me, "Hey, Liam, what are we going to name the baby?" And immediately he's like, "Oh, Emery." Like he knew. And
Right.
where did this come from?
Well-
And but my wife is like, "Emery? For a boy or for a girl?" It's like, "Oh, for a girl." And it just, the light went on for both of us. And it was like, that's the name.
I love that story. Isn't
awesome.
it great?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
I wanted, when it came to our children, I have 3. I have a stepdaughter who's 16. God help me. My son just turned 11, and my baby girl's 8.
Wow.
When it came to naming my children, I was given no choice. I was basically told, this is going to be their name. Okay, that's not entirely true.
Yeah,
Darlin,
yeah.
if you're listening, I had a big input when it came to naming my son, because it was my firstborn. It was
Yeah.
a boy. My lady and I just finished watching all of the Lost series.
Dude, yes.
And when she was pregnant, when we were coming up with names, so Sawyer it was. I
Dude.
don't know if you watched Lost, but that's how my boy got his name.
I just finished that for the second time, maybe a few months ago.
Isn't it great? Oh. And we're all about name dropping here. So Josh Holloway, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Mr. Sawyer, you know, we'd love you on Dadcast.
Exactly.
I know you got kids.
I'm gonna have to jump back into that because it's been a while. since
Lost?
Yeah.
Oh, he's also in a show, which you guys, okay, Netflix. Y'all watch
on.
your
I
Netflix.
heard of it.
Let's do it.
Dude, I'm
Okay.
all about Friday Night Lights right now.
Okay, so Colony.
Okay.
You just watched it or heard about it?
I've heard about it.
Okay. I powered through season number 1 and went, this is a great show.
Okay.
It's set in LA where I'm from, and just, you know, all these landmarks I'm spotting. It's just a great show. And I'm like, oh my God. And Josh Holloway's in it.
Okay.
And the mom from Walking Dead. who got
That's
eaten.
right. That's right.
So it's a great show, right?
Got eaten to be on Colony.
Yes. She's and in Prison Break, but that's neither here nor there. And I'm like, this is a great show. And about middle of season 2, I started, Googling some stuff, and they friggin' canceled it after season 3. And I'll tell you what, they left season 3 like,
Oh no.
Yeah,
so there will never be any.
Well, it clearly must be a
resolution.
Netflix original because that's what
It was
they
on
do.
USA originally, the USA
All right.
Network.
You could start a petition and get it back, dude.
Maybe Netflix will pick it back.
Yeah.
Manifest just came back to Netflix.
Yes.
So
Wow.
I got through all the manifests too. That's a good
I
show.
just started on that. I'm like, what? Again, we like to name drop Netflix.
Yeah.
If you
Hey.
are listening, we'd love to be on Netflix.
Yeah, we need better production value. Wink, wink.
This
We got
is
a
what-
very tiny room.
This is what dads do.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes, it is. And speaking of what dads do, I watched NFL football last night, first game of the season.
Yeah, dude.
And by the time anyone listens and sees this show, the Super Bowl will probably have aired. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, I'm gonna just call it right now. Tampa Bay's going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tom Brady's taking another.
mean,
he's gonna get another ring. This
it is
year.
what it is, dude.
And he's gonna retire as soon as it's done.
Yeah. Okay.
He's gonna go out on top.
He could have said that last year.
Yeah, but he didn't have enough, dude.
He won't
doesn't
go
have
down.
enough.
He had to go to a really bad team in a
He
really
has 7
crappy area
freaking rings.
and say, "Hey, look, I am the greatest because I can take a really crappy
Yeah,
team."
I heard he's a
and
great
be the
dad.
best.
Tom
Yeah.
Brady, wink,
Yeah.
wink, nudge, nudge. Oh, we are named.
But I'm going to take my bro Gronk with me because I can't do it without him.
Okay,
Gotcha.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, here. Oh, by the way, Jordan.
Yeah.
We tend to go off the rails.
Just
on this
a little bit.
podcast,
That's okay.
And in every single episode, so just be forewarned.
I follow you.
So I'm going to name drop again. You said you're from Canada, right?
Yeah, dude.
Do you
What's
know
that about?
Trevor from 1,000 Foot Crutch? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'd
dude.
love to get him on.
Dude, I've never. Okay.
Great dude.
I was going to say I've never met him, but I have met him. They came to my tiny, small, little town and they played a show and I got to hang out in his van with
Nice.
him. Looking back, though, I'm like, why are you bringing kids in your van? That's probably not what you want to do. But they were great, and I'd love to re-meet that guy.
So I've done 2 shows with him here.
Okay.
Like the biggest shows I've ever done were 1,000 Foot Crutch shows.
Wow.
And then we did an FM Static show and it didn't do.
Didn't do
So,
as well.
Yeah, no.
Fair
Nope.
enough.
Yeah, nobody's like, who's that?
Who's that?
Yeah. And I'm like, it's 1,000 Foot Crutch. But
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, I know, right? Ah, well.
But yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good talk.
Good talk.
All right, thanks for hanging out. That was a great episode. Everyone have a great day. Shortest episode in history. No way, man. We got to delve into it. So, if you mind if I ask how old you are, Jordan, or
Yeah.
what range
Yeah,
of age?
I'm in my I'm 38.
38.
Yeah.
And your oldest child was 11?
Yeah, are we doing math here?
I'm doing so 20. So 27. You had your first
you were
child
16.
at 27.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. That's about average, I would say. I got an old start, 36, but 4 kids starting at 27.
Yeah.
Have you always been an artist and a musician? This is what you've been doing as long as they've been alive?
I mean, I got into music when I was, maybe 15, 16, in my youth group in my church. And it was just the language that I feel I was given to kind of figure life out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Talk to God, figure out everything. Kids, we go through so much stuff when we're younger. And I think music is that gift to help us through those days. And so, from there, I started a rock band with my brothers. We were playing bars for about 6 years. And we thought we were the best in the world.
Of course.
Like you're so ego driven. It's not even like, is the music great? I don't care.
Right.
We're great. We loved like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine, Stone Temple Pilots. Like that was our jam. So like we were like the biggest LA rock band in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, because nobody else was doing that.
Well,
Yeah.
I can think of at least one band that may have beaten you out.
Yeah.
Like Rush.
Oh,
maybe.
they're all right.
They're
If they keep at it, they're going to do big things.
Yeah, I mean, Nickelback, dude.
Nickelback,
Those guys are all right.
dude, they crushed it.
Do you mean that, Nick?
Yeah.
Secretly, dude. I'm just going to come out and say it. I love Nickelback.
He came out here. Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, Nickelback was the best thing to ever happen to Creed.
It was the best. That's right. And you know what? Avril Lavigne was the best thing to ever happen to Chad Kroger.
Oh, man.
There we go.
From my hometown, we have the Guess Who came out of there, and Neil Young. So
Well, there you go.
we can stay
right.
there. How about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, there you have it.
Yeah, Justin Bieber. We didn't want him for a while. Now he's okay.
He's
But
getting better.
he's getting better.
He found Jesus.
He did.
He did.
Yeah, yeah.
Run into the
He also
altar
found,
like a
he
track
found some
star.
talent too. I was like, what?
No, you know what?
He's had it.
As much as I hate to admit it, he's always had some talent. And a lot of it. A whole crap ton, to be perfectly honest. It's just, you got to get through the childhood in idiocracy. And especially when you get thrown into such starlight and all that money is so young.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I could only imagine what I would have done in that same scenario. It'd probably been a whole lot worse. I'd probably end up dead.
Yeah, I don't care how solid you are. You're given infinite money, infinite, love and attention from everybody. You're corrupt. You're like, it's like your heart is gonna. Gosh. So
How often do you tour?
now, a lot.
I mean, okay, we'll skip the asterisk-laden year of 2020. But aside from that, is it a pretty consistent thing for you? And how do you manage your emotions and your head being away from your children so often?
Yeah. So like, let's say mid-July till Christmas, about 70 shows. And I heard it said best. One guy that I love the way he speaks on this, his name's Bart Miller from Mercy Me, a Christian band. And he talked about, he's often asked that question, how do you balance it?
Right.
And it's like, you don't balance it. You tip the scale in favor of what is the priority for you. So my wife has that veto card when it's like, Jordan, I need you home. I'm like, yeah, I'm home because that has to work. This is extra. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like life with we often talk about, we want to leave this world better than we found it. And so we do that by being, good husbands and present fathers.
What happens if you have a signed, committed contract and then something comes up and she pulls the card? What does Jordan do in that scenario?
Oh, we cancel because
He's out. See,
here's the
okay.
thing. Here's the thing. Like we're a team in this, and we don't abuse that relationship either. So if she's calling it, it's serious.
There you go. Yep.
So yeah, dude.
Do you guys have a rider clause in there?
Me and my wife
with the
no,
you should.
No, we'll just put it in the act of God. There you go. Yeah. God.
Yeah, finding a great wife is certainly an act of God.
Exactly.
Well, and it's early on, like years ago, 12, 13 years ago, it was, I don't know if I can do this. You know what I mean? And you build that trust over time, and that relationship has grown, and now it's amazing because I feel like my wife, knows the calling in my heart more than I do at times, because she kicks me out the door because she knows that she's first.
Right.
And when you can put somebody first in your life, they know they're supported and taken care of, and you can go do what you need to stay healthy and feel purpose in your life, so that when you come back, you're not coming back depleted, and you're not coming back to her and she's depleted. When we come to each other 100% each, I think that's where the magic happens.
That's where it should be.
Yeah, dude.
With everyone, period.
Yeah.
Nick.
Now you know why I bring my wife with me everywhere I go.
Well, yeah, but there's also something to be said about having some self-love and self-time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, Nick, he doesn't believe in such a thing. I think he's scared of his wife, to be perfectly honest.
My wife is just my best friend. But yes, I am
Well, that's
scared.
why you work out so hard.
Keep talking about that, because that's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
No, she is my best friend, dude. Like I can't imagine like going and doing some of these trips without her.
Right.
So
and for the record, I mean, I want you to count on one hand in the past year that you can recall, how many trips have I taken without my lady as well? One. And that's because she already had a trip planned to go somewhere else during that time.
Yeah.
So most of the time, it's she goes with me too.
Right.
But so when I'm egging you on to come on, let's go.
it's for your benefit as well.
It's so I can tell her it's a boys' trip
That's right.
because they're important and we need them.
Yeah.
We do.
Speaking of, yeah, absolutely. And you're getting one right now, kind of.
Oh, I get too many. You know what I mean? Right now,
Spoiled.
yeah. We talk every day, and we're like, what is, you're asked like, what does this look like? And we're like, we take it a day at a time, and we are trying to figure out how we get to do this life more together. you know, because there's just enough time apart. And
Have you ever taken the kids and the lady or any pieces of that family on tour with you or doing shows?
Yeah. You know, we've hit the road a couple times. I've taken my oldest a couple times on the road, and it's awesome. Obviously, we hit this little thing called the pandemic. It's put a little spike into things, but yeah, we hope to. I think I'm in such a building phase that I hope that we can all hop on a bus and get to do a lot of this together.
Dude.
Yeah.
Sounds like a dream to me, man.
Yeah, it's a dream till you get on the bus, I think.
Not a fan of a bus? No, it's not a luxury bus, is it?
The hardest thing in life, I think, is to get along with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as we can tell, like, you know, it's the situations we find ourselves in brings out what's already inside, you know? And so, yeah, getting on a bus is like, you're going to bond, you're going to know everybody's weaknesses. And
Did you take a bus here?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I was going to say, we just spoke off the air before we started recording this thing.
That's right.
By the way, we're in Southern Oregon for everyone out there listening or watching. And he made an 8-hour trip in 3 hours this morning.
Very impressive.
At least it felt like that.
Dude, totally. Well, I flew in from Chicago yesterday, delayed flight from Chicago, got to the Eugene, Oregon airport to find out that because of that delayed flight, my car reservation was now gone.
Right.
And they have no cars for 3 hours. So I sat in the Eugene airport for 3 hours waiting for a vehicle to miss only to miss my show last night. So we had to cancel that.
Where was that show supposed to be?
Coos Bay.
That's okay.
And then, so I woke up early this morning to do an interview. And then did the 3-hour drive to get here to do this. So
And here we are. And I'm assuming there's a show in the very near future.
That's right.
Here?
We're in Ashland. Oh no! I was in Ashland, Ohio, a couple months ago.
There's a few Ashlands.
Yeah,
there is.
Ashland, Oregon tonight.
All right. And where's that? And again, this show, by the time you hear and listen to it, is going to be long gone. In
Long
the past.
gone.
Mm-hmm. But I'm sure there'll be YouTube videos or
There you go.
or social media things where you can check it out. But where's that show at tonight?
Go for
That
it.
show will be at the Story in Ashland.
All right.
And what are we doing there?
Yeah, Frankie, come on.
Well, we're celebrating a couple of releases today. Jordan is so humble, and he, you know, because when he was in Coos Bay, he was going to be playing for the radio station that was the very first one to play Fires on the radio.
Yeah.
And it's been on the Christian charts for 50 weeks now.
Yeah, it's been insane.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and he has a new song coming out today, which is going to be in the past when you watch this. But this is September the 10th, and Weary Traveler comes out today, and also Shouting in the Wilderness. Follow that. Comes out today as well. So I've just been blessed to, like, I'm sitting here listening and watching, like, you know, my friend of a friend that I'm a fan of. Like, I have a front row seat to information I love hearing.
Dude,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, dude, my 16-year-old daughter, when I told her that we were interviewing you, she's like, "No way." She's big in her church worship group and stuff, and does a bunch of her own music. And she's like, "You're interviewing Jordan?" I'm like, "Yeah."
That's crazy, dude.
She's like,
love
"He's
that.
so good." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome."
I love that.
Have her work up one of her covers. She's great.
Did you listen to the one we just dropped?
Yes, I did.
The Best of You. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, dude.
She's coming along.
Yeah.
Like, she's coming along real fast.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
she's actually recording for Hillsong right now.
Wow.
So
Crazy. Crazy.
If you don't know who Hillsong is, it's
I've heard of them. They're, again,
they're
like a huge church thing. Yeah. They're kind of like the Nickelback of. Just kidding.
you heard it here.
Oh, boom, boom.
Oh, so good. So good.
Jordan, have you gotten much airtime on radio stations? I mean, obviously, we talked about the Coos Bay this morning, but
Yeah.
do you find yourself being played on Christian radio stations?
Yeah.
A lot? Okay.
Yeah, the song Fires that we released last year just took off.
Have you looked into and Nick, you're gonna look at me and go, I can't believe you're actually talking about
Do
this.
it.
But so I used to work in radio, terrestrial radio here in Medford for 20 years. I still work in radio. I got my own radio station.
You got a bit of a radio voice.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody's ever told you that.
Sometimes. And a lot of people say a face for radio too. But, you know.
I just call him on the phone to listen to him talk.
That's the running joke. So good. So a radio station in the cluster that I used to work for most recently, they killed their format to change to now Joy 93.7 FM.
Okay.
And they took the station, which was a top 40 there, and put it down 2 frequencies to 93.3. So they didn't really kill it.
Yep.
But that is a brand new radio station within the past 5-6 months here in Southern Oregon.
No way.
That I would assume you'd be playing on.
I would assume too.
I would assume that they would be playing, and I'm literally looking up right now to see if I can find.
Dude, we need to talk
that
to your
they're on
concert
there.
promoter.
But
I know, right?
Yeah. What is wrong with you?
We only,
Frankie, and because of extenuating circumstances that I will not talk about on this podcast, I would recommend that if
Reach
they're
out.
not, reach out. You've been in that building.
Yeah.
They love you over there.
Yeah. There
you
And let's find out. Let's get not only your stuff on that radio station, but if Jordan is not in rotation.
Yeah.
Hello.
come on.
Have you
I
have you actually
haven't-
sent your stuff to Alt Nation yet? They play Colony House, which is a Christian band.
Okay, sorry, what was the name?
Alt Nation from Sirius XM.
No.
Send it to Alt Regan.
Okay.
They do like an up and coming
Okay.
alternative rock stuff, and it doesn't matter if it's Christian or
You
regular.
think I'd fit in that platform?
Fires for sure would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And honestly, I have not listened to the new song, and I feel like an idiot.
Dude.
I'm so bummed.
We're going to play it out.
It just came out today. I mean,
Okay.
you
That's
give
right.
yourself
That's
some
right.
grace.
What's
I
the new
was
song
up
called?
with the baby till 4 this morning.
It's
so-
called Weary Traveler. So you are going to
Weary
identify with
Travel. There you have a little taste.
Wow.
Little
Yeah.
taste.
That string work is
So-
so good.
What would the possibility be of getting that song acoustic on our YouTube today?
pretty good, I think. I think I know the guy.
Well, that-
This is
I'm putting Homeboy on
this
the
is
spot.
quintessential Nick Martin.
That's right.
here.
All right.
Okay. The odds are not in your favor, sir. I would love to, and I don't mean
But
to
you're probably
sound
busy.
negative right there. But do you recall what I told you I had to do as soon as we were done here?
No.
I have a doctor's appointment. A very
So when
large,
I got
important one.
married, I told my wife I listened to 30% of what she says.
Right.
70% goes out the door. That goes for you too.
I would figure I'm even less.
Your studio wife.
20%.
No,
There it is.
I give you 30.
Jordan, I just went before we go back to that.
Yeah.
That was that little taste, that little minute clip that I just put on there. Amazing, man.
Thank you.
I'm not going. I'm going to be perfectly honest here. I'm not the biggest Christian rocker out there, so it kind of is off the radar for me. Plus, the music that I program on my radio station, it just doesn't fit the genre.
That's fair, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
So when you walked in here and we met, and we've been
Yes.
talking. I was
Yeah.
like, I look forward to hearing what this guy sounds like.
Yeah.
And super impressed, man.
Dude, thank you.
Good stuff. And I tell this to a lot of the guests that come on here, especially the musicians.
Yeah.
Working in radio for so long, and I don't want to float my own boat, but I know when I hear what's good.
Dude.
And I also know when I hear which is
That
meh.
threshold for you. You listen to so much
And-
stuff.
And I also know when it's, we're just not going to ever even unwrap that CD.
Totally.
I would A, unwrap that CD, B, play that CD, and C, put that sumbitch in rotation
There it is.
on my radio station if it were the proper genre. But
Fair enough.
Well done, man. I
Yeah,
look
and
forward
it's,
to
it's
actually
kind of an
hearing-
amateur move to send in a rap CD.
Right?
Like you want this to get listened to, and you're asking him to unwrap it too.
Oh, is it right here? Is it? No, it's there. It is.
There it is.
There's that one. I almost hit the wrong one again. We're back in studio, and I got my buttons.
I know, it's
It's,
crazy.
it's so much fun.
Man.
You want to hear my daughter, Jordan?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hi, this is Avery.
Oh.
Thanks for listening listening to my dad on Dadcast.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, see, I'd have my son on there, but he says balls.
Oh my
A
gosh,
lot.
record it, send it here, and I'll drop that thing in like every 10 seconds.
And he also learned
That would-
idiot,
that
which
would be-
is like,
oh,
it's
Dude,
so
where did he learn all this stuff from?
maybe
Dad. Maybe.
So funny story. We're I'm like this big, like, you got to wear a mask if you go to a store, right? Like
Sure.
I'm like, keep everybody safe and be respectful. My daughter went to church and she didn't wear a mask. I'm like, are you an idiot? And so my baby picked it up, right? And we're at Walmart, we're shopping, and a lady walks by without a mask and he points an idiot. I'm like,
Dude, our
I high-fived him. I was like, that's my kid.
I know, right?
I love it.
It's just a little us.
Lady looked at me like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, what's wrong with you?
I'm gonna reel us back in. I'm gonna back
Okay,
us up
all
for
right.
just a moment to answer your question, Nick. The question was, Jordan is willing to even perform that. First of all,
We've already
need to
crossed that bridge.
Okay,
Yeah.
that bridge is
We
crossed.
signed that contract. I've been
Checked.
paid.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, check. I'll be more than happy to record that on that beautiful, lovely camera right up there when we're done with the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll have it, and tomorrow will work.
Yeah.
So if you can wait a day, maybe even tonight.
I'll be up all night.
But I was just perusing your YouTube channel, Jordan.
Yes, sir.
Almost 20,000 subscribers,
Ooh,
4.23 million views.
there you go.
Most impressive. Have you monetized this thing yet? I hope so.
Oh, I have no idea. Just talk to my label.
He has people for that.
Oh, man. I wish I had people. We
Yeah,
do have people.
we do have people. They're just sick.
Yeah, they have COVID. Hey, people.
Not cool. Not
Oh,
all
that's good
Yeah.
stuff. What has been your most difficult thing for Jordan St. Cyr as a father? What's that?
Oh,
What's,
wow.
I mean, I know these questions
He's going
suck.
there.
I get.
No,
we're
they
gonna
don't
go
suck.
positive afterwards.
I love going deep. Okay, so going from 0 to 1 was the hardest for me.
but 0 kids,
0
to 1?
kids,
Okay,
yes, to 1 kid. It just made me realize, man, like you're just not there yet. You're so like you get married and then that kind of like knocks you down a few steps, 'cause, like, right? It's like, oh, I need to like man up. I need to grow up in a lot of ways. I need to mature. And then I had our first Aiden, and it took me like 4 days of just like wrestling with the idea that this is not like a one and done thing. This is like I had a child, and for the rest, beyond the rest of my life, I'm attached. And like my heart broke, like not a broken heart, but it like a piece went to him, and I was not ready for that. And
Did you think you were prior?
oh, I've been ready since I was like 10 years old.
Right,
I
and
was
then-
like, I'm going to be a dad, and but after I got over that, it just kind of it grew me up in a very short amount of time. I think the hardest thing I wrestle with being a dad is saying yes. Like, Dad, I want to do this. Dad, I want to do this. The kids, they draw you to the moment. And we were made for the moment. Yet I think the curse of man is our heads are always in tomorrow. And my kids are teaching me. I always call them, they're like little grounding rods. They're like, this is what matters. And it truly is. You are what matter right now. So being able to say yes, like, Dad, come jump on the trampoline. Dad, let's do like a tickle fight. Like, let's do these things. It's like, this is what matters.
Yep.
Nothing else does. Yeah.
All right, it's a very good answer. Which one of your 4 children do you love the most? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Man. Come on.
I was going to go for it.
We
I
weren't
was
going to
gonna
do
go for it.
politics.
I know.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
It's funny that packed a lunch yesterday for my kids, and Mom slipped in a note, and I saw it when she came back to my son, and it says, have a good day. You're my favorite son. We only have one.
That's right.
So the little girl, the daughter comes up. She's like, but am I your favorite daughter?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And there's 2
That's right.
to Mom.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting back.
Yep. How you going to handle that one?
How you gonna navigate this one?
That's right.
And
2 hours
without skipping a beat. She's like, "You're my favorite last-born daughter." Yes.
Yeah. That's right.
Ooh.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're
She's good.
You're my favorite youngest daughter.
Wow.
And then little Avery just beamed and ran off and started playing Roblox.
See,
or
I'd still be
something.
thinking about that question
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. We have a 6-year-old, and I just say, you're my favorite 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Favorite 6.
How man? And it's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kids, boys and girls,
Oh.
being a father to. And I'm not saying you love more one or another, but there's
different.
there's a little bit more, at least for me, some more delicacy involved when it comes to the daughters.
I think it's more of the perfection. Like you want to protect them.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't feel like you have to protect your sons as much. But
go jump off that ramp with your bike with no helmet. I'm good.
Dude talks to your daughter, and you're like, I'm going to kick his ass.
Yeah.
We're going outside. I don't care if I go to jail.
Totally. When our boys were born,
to go back.
That's right.
I know, right? When our boys were born, like it was, like I love them, but it was almost like I need something back from you. You know what I mean? Like I'll make you laugh if you smile. We're in. Like you affirm me as your dad. When Willa, our 6-year-old now, was born, it was an immediate, like I was a mess. I was in tears. I'm like, we have a girl. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to handle that.
And that was your first girl.
First girl.
Yeah. I was same thing.
Yeah.
My Christmas present in 2012. Of course, everyone knew except me, mind you. Everyone, my friends, I don't know how it worked, but anyway, my present she gave to me, I opened it up. She filmed it. I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah.
She doesn't typically film me opening presents, so okay, something's going on here. Open up the box, and it was 2 tiny shoes, pink shoes, and the ultrasound picture.
Wow.
And I sat there for a sec and was like, it literally took me 10, 15 seconds to realize what the hell I was looking at.
Yeah.
And then it went, it hit. And of course, she stopped recording because she thought the reaction wasn't good. But I just took too long.
Yeah.
And then, then the tears came. I was like, oh my gosh, you did so good.
Wow.
First, 2 swings, boy, girl. But
Done deal.
Crazy different, man, how that has. What about the second girl? Your youngest, right?
Yeah.
2, you said?
Same deal. Like
Yeah.
it was just like with Emery, it was a total different experience because again, we were on the mountaintop of like, we have another child, but she was born with a rare brain condition when she was born. So she's 2.5 now, but it was like your heart was in a million pieces on the floor because we just didn't know. We didn't know what we were up against, but we knew like we were about to climb the biggest mountain of our lives.
Is everything okay now?
We navigate this every day. There's that undercurrent of what will tomorrow bring. So a month and a half ago, we were back in the hospital all week. She had 3-4 seizures, and we balance that with medication. As she grows, she just needs more medication or different medication. And then when she's out of the hospital, she's amazing. She's like any other 2.5-year-old. I was on the road. I was in San Diego. My wife calls me and she's like, Emery's really tired today. So between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m., she took 3 long naps. That's not our girl. That's not any 2-year-old,
Right.
No, it's not.
And then the next day,
but no.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. I'm like, maybe this is just an answer to prayer here. Right. But the next day, she had a bit of a staring spell, likely an absence seizure. And so my wife called me again, like, don't freak out. We're okay. We're calling the ambulance just to check her vitals because her oxygen levels and glucose levels, kind of tank when she has a seizure. So we got to get that looked at. And, they looked at her, everything was fine, but it was just this feeling of helplessness, being so far away. Heather knows that, she can make that call and get me home as soon as she needs me. But that's kind of what we're navigating. And every day you just you look at her differently because you're trying to be aware. Mm-hmm. You're trying to be aware. Do I need to see something that's going on that, and the hardest part right now is the guilt you feel of giving her more attention than the other 3. So yeah.
I can totally relate to that.
Yeah.
So our baby spent 3 months in the NICU when he was born.
Yeah.
And it's constantly like, okay, we're always like, the littlest thing could go wrong and we're like on him. And
That's right.
My other kids, luckily they're older, and they kind of get it, but it's still like, well, why do you love him more, Dad?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't. You're just 16 and annoying.
Yeah, that's right.
Stop.
Yeah. This one needs just a little more attention. It's not more love.
You got to make sure he's not going to get sick. And
Yeah,
so.
that's right. That's right.
Wow. You deserve. No, not that one. Not that one.
Well, and Jordan's
have a
never
good day,
coming
guys.
back. Yeah.
That one.
Thanks, brother.
Some friggin' applause for being a great dad and navigating that. I couldn't even imagine, man.
Yeah.
It's a day at a time. And you know what, man? Like the blessing that comes through the hard times, it's there. Yeah. So like when I meet people at shows and they're like at the front end of their journey, I'm like, I purposefully tell them like, I can't relate. Like you are going through something, similar, but it's your journey. And this is the weight that for some reason God has allowed you to bear in your life. But, so often in North American culture, we talk about blessing. Oh, #blessed. And it's like, man, if you, dig into the Bible, you dig into the word, and when it talks about blessing, is like blessing always comes through the fire. Like it comes through the hard times, that hard press stuff. And so when people are going through that, like just wait, like your perspective and your understanding of life and people and your future is going to radically change in such a positive way. Just hold on. Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Come on.
I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to you guys and you guys out there. Did you hear that?
My camera turned off.
Oh, it's all right. They weren't.
They're done.
We'll
go there.
Yeah, we still got that bad boy up there.
So why don't we do some live music? I got to go move my car. So,
you do?
Yeah.
Well, tell you what then. We're close to time anyway.
Great.
So you threw me off guard.
Sorry, my bad. I just don't want another parking
We're in the
ticket.
middle of a podcast and you're telling me you need to go move your car.
I'm going to drop a name. City of Medford. Figure it out. 2-hour parking spots. Some people are working.
Didn't you buy a parking pass?
I did, but I didn't
park there.
I didn't renew it.
Does that mean I need to move my car as well? If I'm on the street?
If you're in a 1 hour spot.
If you're in a 1 hour spot. There's only like 4 2-hour spots.
Well, in the first in the history of Dadcast, we are going to have to end this podcast because guests and hosts need to move their car, which is fine. We are almost done anyway. Frankie Hernandez, real quick, before we get there, I feel like we kind of neglected you a little bit today.
I am an extra special guest. Like
I love you. You're amazing. How are your kids doing? How's the family?
The kids are amazing. They're perfect. They come perfect. We mess them up. I am messing them up just perfectly fine.
How's that guy at the church doing?
That guy in my church is being born. I've done the Frankie Hernandez thing for 16 years now here in the Valley. It's been very successful. It's been a pertinent and relevant project in our area. I'm grateful for that. And that guy in my church has really only existed for about 3 months. So we went from not having anybody knowing what that was to having almost 4,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Love that.
So I'm really grateful that I get to go from being a voice in our area to being a minister in our area, which is hard for me to accept. Like I'm looking at Jordan, and it's easy to see somebody with traction and who's out there in the world, who's been playing in Christian music and their ministry and their music are one and the same. And I look at mine, I could look at the Frankie Hernandez movement as an opportunity to minister to people, which I do now. Clearly, it was not before because we've had some conversations, but it's given me the opportunity to go into deep conversations with people because most of the folks in my circle are non-believers or their relationship to God looks radically different than the central Christian perspective, and which is fine because it's not. It isn't a movement about judgment. It's a movement about more love. Like because I've been able to pour in the way I've poured in, I have more love. I have more grace and more patience for where people are because I came to this from being anti-Christian, which for most of my adult life, which gives me sort of the biblical perspective of Paul, who was killing Christians before he became an anointed and selected apostle. I didn't go blind. I didn't kill Christians. I've never been in prison for anything. Certainly not my beliefs.
Haven't started any holy wars, right? Okay.
Well, I did. When I lost 60 pounds, it was a holy war against cheese and bread. Other than that,
I'm currently in one of those.
Me too, man.
Oh, it's terrible. I'm fasting, but we could go on and on and on.
Sure.
About that.
Absolutely.
Frankie, it's so good to hear you doing
Oh
well, man.
It's great to be here with you
And
guys.
from myself and my family, we love you and thank you for being back on the show. You're going to probably be our first third timer.
That's right.
I love it.
Which is weird to say. It's kind of inception-y. Jordan St. Cyr.
Dude.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you.
Dadcast and taking some time to spend with us to talk about your journey as a father. I wish you, again, from myself and my family, continued success in all that you do.
Thank you.
And again, just thank you for coming on, man.
I love it.
Yeah,
Thank you
man,
for having
thank
me.
you so much.
Appreciate it.
For everyone else out there, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Of course, subscribe, comment, like, do all that stuff. Help us out because it really helps out the channel, and we appreciate you for listening. And we'll see you all next week. See ya.
All right.
Peace.